Yeah, like I didn't want to be friends with any of the people I was friends with in high school or friends with in college. As a girl who has friends, I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna easily make friends in your 20s and whatever age you are. This advice works for everyone. Also, we're getting ready, so let's do it. Step one, you're gonna go to a local coffee shop that is the most aesthetic. When I tell you, all the girlies love the aesthetic coffee shops. They're there probably from like 8 a.m. to like 10. Even around lunchtime, you're gonna always find girls. Okay, so this is very important because you want to be where the girlies wanna be. If you know you love like getting a good matcha, you love getting a good coffee, just literally go at like maybe not the most busy times, but maybe sometime around like the morning on a Saturday. That's a really good place to go. Another really good place to go is a farmer's market on a Saturday morning. The girlies love to go to farmers markets and just like peruse the aisles and like just see what's out there. I would say any state is gonna have a farmer's market on a Saturday morning. And there's always gonna be girls there like selling bracelets or buying flowers or like just getting their farmer's market needs. And I feel like in person, like IRL is always, I would say, #1 best way to meet people and make friends. So you're probably like, okay, like I go to those things already, but like how can I talk to them and how can I get over like the awkwardness of like speaking to them and actually like hard launching? What you're gonna do is when you're in line next to the girl that you are like, oh my gosh, like she looks like a cool girl to get to know, you're gonna be like, I love your shoes, or I love your, like you have to say something, because if like the girl is not gonna say something to you, like you need to say something to her, you know what I mean? So just be like, oh my goodness, like I love your blah, blah, blah. She'll be like, thank you so much. And she's probably gonna be like, I got it from blah, blah, blah. Because girls are just girls. Like those are the type of friends you want to be with, like friends with is girls. Somebody who's gonna be like, oh yeah, like I got this top from Zara, I got these shoes, whatever, right? So then once they say that, they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You could either be like, can you send me the link? Cause it's like, okay, like I'm trying to pull more from the conversation. Like I want to have a connection with you, right? Or you're gonna say something like, oh my gosh, yes, like you clearly have great style, like let me follow you on Instagram. Like you're gonna say something like that, be like, we should follow each other on Instagram, or just be like, oh my God, what's your Instagram? You have to say something to where you're like, you want a connection. You need to show people that you're interested and like give them signals to be like, no, like trust me, like I'm normal, I'm a girly girl, like whatever. And you can say this in your cutesy way, because obviously everybody's not gonna be super extroverted in this and that. Like obviously if you're watching this video, like you want to learn. So listen to me, I promise you this works every single time. Cool. So like, you get their Instagram and boom, you're on there. Everything is perfect. I'm gonna be using the Chanel Beauty. This is the Sublimage Le Tint. I don't know how to say it, whatever. Once you get their Instagram, there's a couple things you can do, so bear with me. Okay, so number 1. This is a bold one, okay? So I only recommend this for the girlies that are super bold and like, you're just like, yeah, like I wanna make friends, like I want this girl to be my friend, right? First of all, you should never want someone to be your friend that bad. Let's start there. Calm down, all right? You're who you are. You're who you think you are, okay? But it's nice to have a friend, of course. Everybody wants a friend and everyone deserves to have friends. What you're gonna do, you can either A, add the girl to your close friends and see if that lands. Cause there's been plenty of girls that's added me to their close friends and I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. You think I'm a trusted individual. And I feel like in this day and age, I feel like adding people to their close friends is kind of being like, I fuck with you. Like I see you, you see me, like, or like, I wanna fuck with you, depending on who it is, right? Like that's a thing. But if you're not doing that, you can also like their pictures, obviously, and then comment. I feel like commenting just opens the gateway to having a real connection with somebody, because it's just kind of like, all right, like the internet, obviously it's not a real place, whatever people want to say, but at the end of the day, everybody appreciates a compliment, and it's like genuinely like showing someone like, I see you, you see me, and like, yeah, like I love the talk, you know, and like, it's no, I don't feel like there's anything wrong. Like, it's so good to like people's stuff often, comment on people's stuff. If you see that girl post a story, and even just for the sake of like, you want to bond with them, you should be like, oh my gosh, girl, like I like blah, blah, blah. Like if she posts a workout studio, she posts Pilates, be like, oh my gosh, like I haven't been to that studio yet. Like, I would like, we should go together one day. Like you can not hard launch, but you can like shoot your shot, if I will, okay? And on top of that, like 9 times out of 10, maybe the person that like you want to be friends with, but you don't know how to approach it, like you probably already like know who they are, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I think we would be like the greatest friends. Literally just like be bold and be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, like let's hang out. You just gotta say it. Sometimes you just gotta rip off the band-aid and just say it. So here, this is the sauce to where I feel like this part is where people are like, okay, cool, like I already followed on Instagram, but like, you know, we haven't hung out, like we haven't done whatever yet, right? Okay, you know you want this person as a friend, or you know you want a friendship in general, and so this is the point when you need to be like direct and concise. And honestly, like I feel like this is my favorite part, and like even growing a friendship, it's, first of all, friendships should always be very organic, and they should always come from a place of genuine and not like you want anything from this person or whatever. Like all you should want from hanging out with anyone or getting to know anyone is like genuine connection. And if you don't want that and you have ulterior motives, you're fucking weird. I don't know. You need to go to therapy. But you want a genuine friendship, okay? So I'm gonna let you know, you need to be direct, and you like need to put it out there. It's like, if say you like a guy or a girl or whoever, and they're like, oh, like I wanna, like if a guy likes you and you want him to ask you on a date, you're probably like, oh my gosh, like why hasn't he asked me on the date yet? Like he doesn't need to beat around the bush. Don't beat around the bush. So honestly, what I'm gonna let you know, you need to text that person or like tell them or DM them, whatever the case is, and be like, hey, okay, perfect, like we should go to Pilates. And then they're like, oh my gosh, yes, we have to go, would love to, right? Everybody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, yeah, we need to do that soon. You need to be like, okay, perfect, next week I'm free on Thursday, does Thursday work for you? And if they're like, actually, you know what, let me see if Thursday's good for me, because they're gonna feel the pressure a little bit. They're gonna be like, you know what, actually, yeah. You're gonna be like, okay, perfect, we should go Thursday at 10, it looks like there's a class. Make the plans as soon as possible. Secure the plans ASAP. Like hanging out with people, like you have to, if you're more so wanting it to happen, you need to be upfront, like, okay, perfect, like I have this day off, I have this day off, like, or, you know, I get out of class early this day, or whatever it is, so that you can like lock in the friendship, okay? Because you're not gonna have a friendship just like, you might have a friendship online and that's your prerogative, but like if you want real friendship, it's okay. I think a lot more people should like drop their like pride or their whatever, and like it's okay to tell someone, like tell another girl, like, yeah girl, like we should be friends, like we should hang out or we should get coffee, because I think it's worth it, because at this time of life, I feel like community is so important, especially like if you're in your teens or in your 20s. Community and getting to know people is the best thing that ever is going to happen to you, and people are so valuable, and everyone should have a great friend. Everyone should have friends, everybody should have a great friend, good friends in general, and you should also work on being a good friend, but that's another conversation. So back to hanging out. So you're gonna make sure that you're securing the date, and I think that that is going to really like push it along. So there's another important step after you've initiated hanging out with this person and you're like, you know what, like I've made the plans, I've done this, I've done that. Your work is still not done. You still have some grunt work to do, and here's where it comes in, okay? And there's been times that I've been like, oh gosh, I didn't do it, and I forgot to do it, now I'm not friends with that person, right? But after all of this and being like, okay, like I want to have a friendship and I want to do this and I want to do that, the day before the plans, you need to text this person. I recommend maybe midday, yeah, or like maybe even like 7 p.m. Like I would say like 3 to 7. Be like, hey, just confirming, like we're still good for tomorrow, right? And even if you forget to do it like that night, whatever time your plans are, you want to make sure it's like literally 12 hours to like 10 hours before your plans, and be like, hey, just confirming, or don't even say, hey, confirming, be like, oh my gosh, like so excited to hang out tomorrow, so excited to hang out tonight, so excited to blah, 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 like can't wait. Something, because like you want to set yourself up for success and you want to set the other person up for success. If you're waiting on them to like be like, hey girl, blah, 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 like everybody's not like that. And if you want to successfully, you know, shoot that shot in friendship or whatever, you need to be like so excited, because like you need to have that energy, you need to bring that energy, and like you're pretty much just like calling in what you want. You're like, yeah, like I know I want to hang out with this person. Literally, girls, I have a great community of friends, and I have just great relationships in my life, period, like great associates, great colleagues, like all, like everything in between. And some of the people that I've met, yes, it's been IRL, or maybe it's been through social media, or maybe we have mutuals. I think also mutuals is a great way to like have friendships as well, to build friendships, because I think that there's always gonna be certain people that come into your life that can introduce you to a girl that's gonna be a great friend. I genuinely believe that like the best people you're going to meet are just going to already be around, and you're just gonna be like, oh, like this person has been here all along, like oh my gosh, like they're probably a great friend. If you just sit, close your eyes, and just think about who around you like is maybe so magnetic, and they are always just around the best people, they're always just like laughing with their friends, and they're always like just think about that person. There's some person in your life that maybe you know up close, or like maybe you know from a distance. You're like, damn, like I really like how they have their friendships, and I see that they're a part of this community. Like how can I like be a part of that, or how can I get that for myself? And when you start to like really be like, okay, like what's their, like what do they like to do? So maybe they do like to do workout classes, or maybe like they like to go to run clubs, or you know, just certain like things. If you know that all the girls in your city go to a certain nail shop, like it doesn't hurt to go to that same nail shop, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt to like go to that same Pilates class. Like you're gonna bump into people along the way, and then that is when you start to like form that connection, and you're like, oh, like wow, like this, you know, don't be a fucking stalker, but like literally just be like, oh my gosh, like you like this too, like I already was gonna do this, like let's do this together. I think that if you really value connection, you're not gonna be the first person to leave. If you really want a friendship and you want to like create something genuine and authentic, you're going to not be the first person to always leave the room. I think sometimes it's important to want to like linger and hang around, and you know, just kind of like just make little chatter and just kind of see what sticks, because 9 times out of 10, other people there probably want friendship too, and that's why they're in public places. Like I don't know anybody that's just like, oh my gosh, I forgot to blend this. I don't know anybody that's going to like run clubs and going to like workout classes and like doing all this stuff, and they don't like to make new friends and meet new people along the way. And I think this is a perfect time to like make a new friend or make new friends in life, because you know, in your teens and 20s, like everyone you meet is like a part of your network. And I think it's really important to always just be welcoming and open to meeting new people, because we need to value each other more as people. And I think it just really helps along your journey as a young woman, just really being able to have a community and have really cool people around you and down-to-earth people around you, and whatever type of person you like, there's always going to be a friend for you. There's always going to be a person out there for you. So this is specifically for my girls that are like in school. But if you're in school right now and you're like in class, and like let's say you get put in like a group and like you maybe want to be friends with somebody like in your group class or something, or in your group project, be like, oh, like we should study together. Or just like, if you see there's someone that you're like, okay, they've caught my attention, maybe like you know, there's just something about them that you're like, oh, like I kind of want to be friends with them. Maybe they go to the bathroom, or they're in the hallway, or you get like a moment where you guys are together. That is the moment to just like start up a conversation. And you can always just start up an organic conversation by giving a compliment. Just giving a compliment simply is always going to just ease in, and then that's when you get the bar rolling. And if you see that they like are not trying to talk to you, which 9 out of 10 they're definitely gonna talk to you, because like why not? Like you're super fucking cool, like everybody fucks, like you like be so for real, like you're cool, okay? Don't even get in your head about that. And if they have a problem, they don't want to talk to you, then they're weird, and that's on them. But at the end of the day, that's not probably how it's gonna happen. You're gonna literally be so genuine, so kind, and they're going to feel that energy. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I wanna hang out with this girl. This is my last tidbit I'm gonna say, but definitely join some type of like community, or join something that is like a social club and is built around people like forming connections and doing things like that. There's always a lot of events that go on in every single city. There's communities that you can find through TikTok, there's communities that you can find through Instagram, and then there's also online communities as well. And honestly, sometimes it does take research to be able to find what you like. So let's say, for instance, you like to do tennis. There's definitely probably a group of people that like to do tennis in your city. You just have to really like go on TikTok and like go through the hashtags and look up and see like, okay, where do these people do tennis? Like what kind of events are coming up in the city? Like is there anything that's happening? Some people are actually a part of like social like membership clubs, where maybe like at the gym, or maybe like at a certain place, like they will be like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna join this social club. Honestly, in any city, even if, okay, like let's be so for real. Let's say you live in a city and it's like a smaller city, and you're like, girl, trust me, I know there's nothing going on here, right? That's the perfect opportunity for you to be that person and start that social community for girls that are looking for friends. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. But trust me, that is literally the secret sauce to, you're able to handcraft your own personal community. So things like starting a book club. You could literally post on your story, hi, I'm reading this book, or I have a list of 10 books that I want to read within the next 10 months. Does anybody want to join my book club? Blah, 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 DM me right now, whatever. Say something like that. Or you can specifically, like I said, shoot your shot and DM certain people that you're like, oh, like I saw they've posted a book on their story, or a book on their TikTok, or whatever that you guys have in common. You want to find a commonality, because I think that's so important when you are looking for friends and you're looking to just like, you know, kind of change as a person. Because I know sometimes people, they also have, it's not that they never knew how to make friends, but they've outgrown their own friendships. So if that is something that you've done and now you're in a place where you're like, well, yeah, like I didn't want to be friends with any of the people I was friends with in high school or friends with in college, and now I like kind of don't know how to make friends as an adult. Truly, like there's always going to be somebody that is like here to be your friend, 100%. Like don't get in your head and think like, oh, like I don't have anybody to hang out with, like I don't have any place to go. Girls, anytime that I've gone out, I recently moved to Miami 6 months ago. Just a little bit of backstory about me, and I like was going out, and I moved here with my best friend, yes, but there's a couple times that I went to events by myself, anytime I went to an event by myself, I always like use these tidbits that I'm literally telling you, and I've met 2 friends because of it. And so I know this stuff works. So just putting yourself out there and just understanding like there's always gonna be somebody that's super kind, genuine, and just wants to be friends. And obviously girls, like, just be like, I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't be friends with someone just because they're pretty, and I get all of that, right? But at the end of the day, like, giving someone a compliment and being like, hey, like, oh my gosh, like, you're so pretty, blah, 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 like, what's your name? And like, just telling them your name and having just organic. And also sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, like, talking a little bit more and like just also asking people questions. People love to answer things about themselves. People love to share who they are, share where they're from, share everything. Like, everybody wants to just, you know, like, talk. And so if you need some advice, the best piece of like advice I could leave you, if you didn't get anything else from this, is to, when you meet someone, ask them questions. Be like, oh my gosh, like, where are you from? Like, just ask them about themselves and watch. They'll start to naturally like open up and trust you. And don't ask invasive questions, but just ask questions out of genuine curiosity and start to share about yourself. And I know that that is going to start to form a bond between whoever you're looking to be friends with. And good luck. I know you're probably already shooting shots left and right that are successful. And yeah, I know you're gonna have a great community this year. Comment down below any other videos you want to see. I'm gonna go finish my makeup. Okay, bye.